Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel, and in today's video we will talk about one of the reasons why you shouldn't buy a P3 Volvo. Now, this is obviously specifically for the P3 SAT, the 2010 generation. So basically, I'm hinting at a previous video, but we've had another shock failure. Rear shock absorber driver's side has gone completely now, which, excuse the dirt by the way, it was all clean, but very wet and rainy today, so it's been trashed again. But yeah, so the rear driver's side shock has now gone. I'll just give you a demonstration. As you can see, the car just bounces. So yeah, there's going to be another £550 on that shock, but hopefully we will yeah, be on the way to a finished car. It was finished for a week. It was completely finished, and now it's giving me issues. But it made me think even, let's make a video on perhaps reasons why you shouldn't buy these cars, because I spend all my time talking about why you should, and I think it's important to talk about negatives of a car as well. So let's get straight into it. So number one is the fact that when things go, they can be very expensive, such as rear shock absorbers, £550 each. I've already replaced one, so once this one was replaced, that will be £1,100 just on rear shock absorbers, which, yeah, isn't the cheapest. Next is probably going to be the cost to tax the car. £280 a year works out for me about £20 a month, just over. Which again isn't too bad, but for a lot of cars, compared to perhaps a new S90 or something like that, if you're going to get like a finance deal, then you'd be looking at £150 or less if you get one from before 2000, well, before the 67 plates, when the tax was put at a flat rate. So it's quite an expensive car to tax, and then also the fuel isn't great on this as well. I'm averaging 38 mpg, do a mixture of town and sort of countryside driving, so it isn't cheap at all to run. Number three perhaps is probably the space. It's for the S80, certainly. It's just a bit of an odd shape. There's not much, unless you want to carry just suitcases, then there's not much you can really fit in the back of this car. Don't get me wrong, day to day it's absolutely fine, but I've just recently moved house and we just left this. We didn't even try putting stuff in it because it just doesn't have that size capacity that you need from when you're moving house, basically. So obviously if you're going to buy a V70, you won't have this issue. Issue number four is the fact that this generation Volvo was influenced by Ford. Ford have quite a big grip on the this generation of Volvo, and as such there's a lot more electronics, a lot more sort of gadgetry that can go wrong. For example, the Nivermat shocks, which I think everybody knows about. The 4C suspension is prone to failure on these generation cars. Again, not cheap if you want to replace those shock absorbers, so I would steer clear from one of those cars. And just things like, there are lots of things inside the car that perhaps fall off, or the switchgear wears quite easily. But realistically, as a car, they're not bad at all. Another one to avoid is the power shift gearbox. That's a dual clutch transmission from Ford, which is known just to be rubbish. So I would avoid that if you can. The leather wears quite a lot. As you can see, this car's done 96,000, nearly 97 actually. There we go. And the leather's worn, quite heavily worn. Look, it looks a bit. I've seen better leather in 60s Jags than I have in this car, but I think that probably says more about how previous owners have treated it, to be honest. But yeah, I just thought I'd go over a few of these ideas, perhaps why you should avoid these cars. As like I said, I constantly make videos about why you should buy them. Another one's tyres, 245 17-inch 45 profile. Not the cheapest, £140 each, so you're looking at the best part, 600 quid for a set of new tyres. But yeah, like I said, overall guys, they're fantastic, these cars, and I wouldn't hesitate to tell you guys not to buy one unless you're looking for something with the running costs of perhaps a Clio over here. Then you might have a bit of a shock and perhaps it's not the best car for you. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. You may have noticed that we're in a slightly different location today. It's just moved house and I'm looking for new locations nearby, which are good for filming if I can't film at home. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's any other reasons perhaps you would steer people away from these Volvos. Like I said, they're fantastic cars, but yeah, you have to know what you're getting yourself into before you commit. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you would perhaps steer people away from in these cars. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.